Hey everybody, Still Guts in Tennessee here. Glad y'all are back. This is my introduction video to the EU server. So if you're watching this video and you're new to the game, I have some tips in here because I had to get started from scratch on the EU server. I've got about 10,000 battles on the NA server, and for reasons I'll explain, I decided to sign up on the EU server also. And then if you play on the NA server and you play a lot in the mornings or even early afternoons, that's another reason why I did this. I'm working part time right now, so my free time seems to be more in the mornings. Afternoons get a little busier with working and stuff into the evenings sometimes, which is why I don't get to play so much on the NA server. So that's why I signed up on this because as you can see, right now it's almost 2 o'clock Central Time on Sunday. So that means it's almost 8 in England, 9 or 10 in other parts of Europe. So right now there's 150,000 people on the two European servers. So there's almost 70,000 on the EU2 server. So that means there's close to 80,000 on the EU1 server. It's the busier of the two servers. So I downloaded a mod that Skill uses because he's on the EU server and he also has an RU account that he plays. This mod lists all the wargaming servers in the little drop down, and get the same drop down when you're logging into the game in the main login screen. So as you can see, there are 10 Russian servers. Yeah, on the weekends there's anywhere 700,000 to 800,000 people playing on the Russian servers. So it's a big game in Russia. So they have 10 servers, two EU servers. Of course, there's our server, USA, and some other servers, Chinese and stuff. So I just picked the server I want to log into. I went to Wargaming EU website, signed up just like I did on NA, my email address, set a password, picked a game name, and no one was using Still Guts in Tennessee. Wow, I can't believe that was still available. So anyway, I picked the same name. So now if I want to play in the mornings, like this morning, Sunday morning, about 8:30, I got up and decided to play. So I got on EU. It was 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, whatever, different parts of Europe. So there are lots of people on. So what I found is you get into matches fast. You get a lot of single tier matches. I guess there's just so many people on that can create these single tier matches. So I'm having to start from scratch. So I've played a lot of all tier 4, all tier 5 kind of matches. Um, I bought a M4A Revelarice as a premium tank. I don't have that on the NA server. For me, I've seen it on sale a couple times, but I never bought one. But what was available on the EU premium shop, that was sitting in there, and I kind of like that tank, so thought I'd give it a try. So I bought it just to grind credits, get free, or an XP to convert for free XP. So if you're new logging into a server, it sends you the boot camp right off the bat. So you can get to it by going to your settings and clicking enter boot camp. If you haven't gone through this, they give you rewards. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes. I didn't necessarily learn anything. It's drive your tank to this spot, shoot the enemy here, kind of things. But they give you rewards though. So one of the things was I had to, show me how to, I earned XP and I need to unlock another tank from the tech tree or whatever. Kind of walks you through that. So it asked me to pick a line. So I'm going up the Russian medium line and the French light line. So I picked Russian, and so I was able to get a free tank out of that, out of the boot camp. And then it also talked about training your crews, and in that, my Russian commander, it had me pick 6 cents to give to him. So I got a Russian commander with 6 cents before I played my first battle. Also got some gold, some silver, 3 days of premium. So if you haven't done the boot camp, you ought to do it. You get some rewards out of it, and definitely if you sign up from scratch on something on one of these servers, it's going to send you right into the boot camp first thing. So just don't exit out of it. Go ahead and spend the time, go through it. Like I said, you get a commander with 6 cents of your picking, whichever nation you want. So anyway, so I picked 2 lines: the Russian medium line and the French light line. So if you're new to the game, if you're really new, you ought to stick to the lower tiers, and in that case, you may want to do multiple nations just to twos and threes and stuff to sort of play at that level until you learn more. But if you've kind of learned this or whatever, what I've decided is you need to concentrate on a line or two and concentrate on your crews. So I didn't want to spread my stuff out and try to get lots of different tanks going and stuff because I wanted to kind of move on up to at least get to tier 5 and 6. That's where the better tanks kind of come in, and especially the French lights. The ELC is a good tank. All these. This is my favorite tank right now in the game, the 1375. So so as I moved up through here, this tank is so slow. I free X speed through it. So if you can, if you get a tank you hate to play, use your free XP if you can. If you can get a little gold or whatever, and convert it and skip through tanks that you don't like playing. So this thing was slow. I played a couple battles in it. So I've never had the duck. Free X speed all the way through this on the NA server to get to my French lights. So the duck, it says 50 is the top speed. So I was like, okay, so I free X speed to this, got in it, and did the first couple battles, had the the top engine, all that kind of stuff. And this thing never went above 25 kilometers an hour. It was so slow to play. It says 50. I don't know where they get that from. I guess if you drove it off a cliff, maybe it goes 50 as it falls. But I decided I'm just not going to play anymore in this tank. I'm working on the Russian line right now. I made it to the T-34 and unlocked it. Best tier 5 medium in the game, in my opinion. And I used the 57 millimeter gun. So I used my free XP. As soon as I got this tank, I unlocked the turret, engine, track stuff, and this gun with my free XP. You have the choice between these two tier 5 guns. This one doesn't shoot as fast, a little higher alpha damage. But this is the DPM on this gun. When you get into a brawl with somebody, it's like every 2 seconds you're hitting them for 85 damage. It's a great gun for this tank. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. If you're new to tanks and stuff, like I said, try to concentrate on one or two lines, but don't move up too fast. Once you get to a tier and you see you're not playing well, and your ratings aren't going up and things like that, then maybe go to the German line and pick a tank that seems to fit how you want to do it, and go back to the lower tiers and learn more. Learn to be patient. If you're dying too early, don't, try to be more patient. Let other people come out. At the beginning of the game, just real quick, I'll say for new people, it's good to sit back a little bit, because you'll let those other people that are playing way too aggressive expose themselves, and you get free damage out of it by sitting back and cover and getting shots on them. And then as the battle unfolds and people get weeded out, then you need to start being more aggressive. Just all fits your play style, ever how you learn to play this. So anyway, quick intro. We didn't want this to be too long. It's already 8 minutes. I'm sorry. But just kind of twofold. Anybody new, kind of talk about what I'm doing on a new account to work my way up. And if you're on the NA server and you've noticed the mornings and stuff you play and there's not many people on, and you just seem the teams are horrible, just check out the EU server. It doesn't cost anything. It's the same game client. All you need to do is download that mod that puts all the servers in the drop down, so you can switch which server you're logging in on. So I'll put a link to the mod in the description of this video, and it has instructions how to install it. You just drag it into the mods folder to the latest version number folder that's in there. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that. I'll keep posting stuff from the EU as I work my way up, kind of update everybody if you're interested on how I'm kind of doing on it, because I play it in the mornings when I can and stuff, and then in the afternoon, late afternoon, evenings, play on the NA server if I have time. So it doesn't matter what time of day I feel like playing tanks. I seem to be able to get into good battles now, without having to be stuck on the NA server at bad times. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this. Have fun, everybody. Keep tanking.